Well, good morning. We are on an amazing trail up into the mountains near Ubud, but it's still a day hike. It takes me about a half an hour to walk to the head of this trail and then start heading up it. Perfect. What a beautiful day too. Fantastic. Today we're going to talk about long-term goals. Goals for the next 10 years of my retirement, okay? We're going to talk about that and what my plans are. Along this trail, you have not only this just wonderful paved walkway, but you also have cool little coffee shops that pop up, great valley views on both sides, and you also have structures and sculptures that are along the way. It's just a very beautiful and relaxing hike. Part of our conversation today is going to be talking about what my goals are for the next 10 years, this first most active phase of my retirement. I can't think of anything better to be doing than a wonderful day hike like this while we have this conversation. And I'm glad that you're spending some time with me. We're also going to grab a great bite to eat and talk a little bit more about this wonderful place, Bali, that I'm spending this month in. And I love it. I'm going to make Indonesia part of every year. It just grows on me more every time I come. Okay, we've got a lot to cover. Let's talk about our long-term goals during these first 10 years of retirement. Let's go. Make sure you give yourself time for this hike and bring water, because you do have these areas with the beautiful waterway and vegetation that's a little bit cooler, but some areas of the hike are very hot, so make sure you bring water with you. Ooh, you have to be careful here. There is a way along this trail to get down and see the different parts of the water. You just got to be careful. Woo, how beautiful. I love it. It's a wonderful hike. Goes far into the mountain. We're going to go. You're coming with me. What are the financial goals that I have planned for the 10 years, my 50s, in retirement? Well, one of the things that I've been concerned about is inflation and changes in the world economics itself. I see a lot of changes coming in the way that the economy runs because of the rise of artificial intelligence and, unfortunately, the rise of conflict around the world. And so my goals for these 10 years of retirement is to stay ahead of those conditions, inflation and conflict. Conflict also caused by the rise of AI. So for these 10 years, I've allotted a low-cost lifestyle so that the income that I produce from my retirement, I can take a portion of that every month and I can continue to invest in my dividend stocks. I also have invested in the technology stocks that develop AI. This allows me to stay ahead of inflation, and it also allows me to surf forward with the rise of AI and these new technologies. It's a system to protect myself against those two areas of change, of conflict in our economy. Inflation and the rise of, unfortunately, God forbid, conflict around the world, and the reality of AI rising as well. I want my retirement to grow over the next 10 years. Not be stagnant. I'm going to continue to invest. That's only possible if I live in a place that's low cost. So I live beneath my means every month, and I have some cash left over. I do investing videos pretty much every month where I give you some specific stocks that I invest in and also some specific stocks for AI. It's not advice, it's just what I do. My second goal over the next 10 years is to live a low-cost lifestyle that involves traveling and seeing the world and being happy. Now, in and of itself, that may sound very simple, like, okay, that's a good goal to add for a 10-year time span. But think about the preparation that goes into that before that can happen. You can't just say that and go, that's what I'm going to do. It requires prep time that took years to make sure that I paid off all my debts, invested to a point where I was able to make that possible. It wasn't just some random thing that I'm just going to travel to low-cost places to live where I can enjoy beautiful hikes with wonderful people, also enjoying them, see the world, and save money for those 10 years. It took time and preparation. It was actually a goal to get to that point. And that started in 2022. Many of you were here when I started this travel adventure. And that was the second goal for this 10-year time period, 2022 to 2032 roughly, to travel the world low cost, enjoy life, be healthy. Yeah.
While we're enjoying this hike, I want to take a break to show you what I had for breakfast this morning. My hotel offers a free breakfast. It's very simple. It's a little omelet and some toast, some fresh fruit, and a nice hot cup of coffee. And of course, the Bali coffee is dark and delicious. What a lovely view to have while you're relaxing with breakfast. Part of my travels is to be healthy, to have a healthy start to my day, to give me the energy to go on these hikes.
That's actually a good way to go into the third goal for this 10 years. Long-term goal of this, what many of us could say is the first part of retirement. There's a wonderful channel called Retirement Travelers. I'll put a link to the description. And they talk about what's called the go-go years, the slow-go years, and the no-go years of retirement. And I'm in the go-go years. And I really commend them on developing that idea, because I was like, yeah, that's right where I'm at. I'm in the go-go years right now. And being healthy for these 10 years is the third long-term goal. I really cut back on my alcohol intake. In fact, as of making this video, my goodness, the last time I've had alcohol, I think about a week ago, I had a beer. I think that's about it. I've really cut back on my alcohol intake. I've cut back on what I eat. I exercise every day. I take my vitamins. I stay healthy mentally and physically, stay positive about life. Being healthy for these 10 years, so I get the most out of these 10 years, that was my third goal of this go-go, as Retirement Travelers talks about, phase of my retirement.
I think some folks get into retirement with this idea that they got decades ahead of them, but because they don't stay healthy, they find themselves with medical issues, they become bedridden or house-ridden, or they have to start using a device to keep walking. The idea is to try to stay healthy.
I get asked in the comment section about my end goal for retirement. Like what I plan to do when I finally stop traveling. But you have to think about something. Our life expectancy right now, I mean, I would still be able to travel for 30 years. And I believe with AI, pharmaceutical companies are going to increase our life expectancy by 33%, not too far from today. I think we're going to be living healthy and the ability to travel into our 120s. That's right. They've already done this with other mammals. They just have to start the human trials. And I think with AI, they'll be able to run simulations and they'll be able to perfect these new medications and drugs that make us live another 1/3 longer than we currently do. Imagine having not 30 years of being able to travel, then slow down travel, and then still enjoy a more sedentary retirement in the end, but having 60 years of travel, healthy travel. Now you understand why I work out every day, why I eat healthy, because I believe we're going to get to a point where we're going to achieve a velocity of our extended life, and out we go, out of the atmosphere. We're going to get to a point when we will have another 30 years of healthy living ahead of us, above what we already have. What will you do at that time? Also, will your retirement last you that time? That's another reason why I invest as I go. Because if that's true, if I'm going to have 60 more years of retirement time ahead of me, we need to have the money for that. We need to have the income to survive during that time frame. It can't run out. And I do believe those medications are on the way.
Such a beautiful walk here. Like I said, on both sides, you have an amazing view of the valley. You see these homes off in the distance. Oh, they look so great. I'm going to take a break right here. And you know what? It's almost time for us to get a bite.
That's the reason why my fourth goal for these 10 years, my most active years that I'm going to be retired, my goal is to learn. Because my other goals of maintaining my financial security through retirement, by growing my retirement, by living in low-cost countries, that's a great one. Staying healthy, very important. Because like I said, we could have 60 years ahead of us. So we need to stay healthy. But the goal to continue learning really has been a key point for me in this part of retirement. I continue to study. I study not only investing, but I continue to study what's happening in technology. I have not allowed any of my certifications to lapse. I've kept all of them up. Not only as like a backup plan, but also so I stay abreast of what's happening in the IT world. It's important. I want to stay connected to new technologies, new things that are happening around the world, but at the same time filtering out the negativity and the news that causes me stress and anxiety. Positive learning through these 10 years.
A man cannot live by Diet Coke alone. Okay, maybe they can, but it's good to have a bite to eat. So let's go to Bukit Sari. This is at the top of the trail. There's a lot of great little coffee shops and restaurants at the top of the trail like this. So halfway through your hike, you can sit down and relax and order yourself something to eat. The prices are fantastic as well. The first thing I picked up was a nice watermelon juice. This is about $1.50. You can't really go wrong with that. I ordered a stir fry as well. It's a chicken stir fry with basil leaf and some vegetables, a little bit of rice. Not too spicy, but it had a little kick to it, which I liked. And this came up to be about $3.50. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic.
To have a meal at this price, this is about $5. I really would consider that to be almost like the price of eating at a cart in Thailand. And I'm here in a restaurant. That's really good. That's a good price. Being able to eat meals for this price keeps my food cost of living down. Still stays very fresh and delicious, healthy. And that fits in line with my long-term goals.
At the top of the hike here, you can find one of these nice restaurants, get yourself a little watermelon juice, a nice meal, and then the walk back down is just as nice. It's warm, there's no doubt, but as long as you find some shade along the way and keep yourself hydrated, these hikes are fantastic.
I want to thank you for spending some time with me today on this beautiful trail. We had a good conversation about what long-term goals I have for retirement. And I'm in the phase of retirement for the first 10 years of my retirement where I'm going to be the most active. And so my goals fit within that 10-year time frame. What do I want to achieve during that 10-year time frame? And I'm glad that you came along with me to talk, and I want to hear more in the comment section from you, what your thoughts are and what your goals are. We've got a lot more of Bali to see, and we've got a lot more countries to go to after this. We're just getting started. This is going to be a long and wonderful journey, and I'm glad to have you along with. Would you like to know more? Would you like to spend more time on this trips? Well, like and subscribe to the video. Keep in touch with me in the comment section. All right, we'll talk again soon. Aloha. We have a mad attack cat right here. Vicious beast right there on the prowl. It just crossed my path. Ooh, he's tracking something. Oh, did he get a gecko? Oh, he almost got that frog. You saw that? He almost got that frog. Vicious attack cat looking for frogs. Oh.